It's me again. I'm thinking out loud here right now. The babies are napping, so there's still a little bit of time before the boys start coming home, and not even sure if I want to do all that cheesecake, apple pies making at all. Like, I'm not sure if I want to do that anymore. And extra cash is always welcome, but I don't feel like doing anything here right now anymore. It's just, I'm done and done. So I've been thinking, life happens, hardships happen. They're happy moments, and we rely on the guidance of the Spirit of the Lord to make the right decisions in our lives, and to remember who we really are always. And what I really wanted in this life doesn't really matter. What I really hoped for doesn't really matter at this point, because it's all like broken dreams and wishful hopes, and it's just, I'm trying to figure out what life is all about. And it says in the scriptures, life is supposed, like humans are supposed to have joy in this life. And I know my abilities and what I'm capable of. I know my shortcomings, and I know my strengths, and I wish I could see a way of keep going with this so-called family we have here. And there are 5 kids in this family, and they're just wonderful people. But then I'm thinking, the mommy in this family, me, I'm also a human being, I'm a human being, and as one, sometimes I feel like my happiness matters too, I want to be happy too, at least once in my life, and not feel like I'm just in this house and raising my kids to the best abilities of I have, and take good care of them and surround them with love and attention, and try to keep up with this old place and make it feel comfortable and cozy for the boys when they come home to something that is nice. And try to create good habits and help the kids to grow knowing their divine identity. And I never knew I will end up with a life that is a constant struggle to make things happen for everybody good. Meaning, I wish the best for everybody, and I know for me it's really hard with a big family. I have a really hard time with big family, and when one of the kids struggles with something and I have not a good relationship with them, I stress and I struggle and I don't know what to do and I don't know where to turn, because the figure of a husband is out of the picture all along for so many years. So every sentence I say and everything I say is a statement. It usually goes with for so many years, because I think I practically started withdrawing my hopes of family in this place after my third kid was born, and I guess that's, and then the things that happen afterwards were just downhill, everything downhill. And I don't even know those twins, why they came into this family and how and why, and I love them to pieces, and I know one day I'll know the reason why, but I don't believe it's because of them that I should keep going in this kind of life. It's like, I don't know how to explain it to you guys. It's hard to explain. You have to experience it. It's like, yeah, like your intentions are good. You want to feel normal, but then you're surrounded with constant fear that you will do something that is not right for this culture, or you will say something that will offend somebody, or you will lack doing something and that will offend somebody, or you will be surrounded by people feeling super lonely because you have no idea what's going on. You don't understand everything they're saying, and the way they look at you is like they are, like, they're not bad people. They just, for them you always will be the different one. And I am so tired of that feeling. I'm so tired of that, being like a foreigner as an asset here to the image of the English school. That's how I feel, and that's why I don't want to do anything with it. I don't want to be part of any of those things going on here. Like, that just this feeling of hurt and betrayed and used, it just haunts me all the time. It's like, in order to work it out, in order to let go, you have to pinpoint it, open it, talk about it, and hopefully being able to close it and let go of it. But it's been so many traumatic experiences where you don't work it out. We don't discuss it. You don't talk about it with anybody, and you just keep going day after day after day after day, and it stays like a constant bruise with constant pain. And like looking at my life, like mentally and physically, I'm exhausted. I am exhausted. I honestly don't know who can endure that long in that kind of environment. I really don't. I mean, I don't know. There could be people who enjoy suffering. I don't. I don't. So naturally there must be a way out, and I have to plan for it. It's like, just for a moment I wish I could just close my eyes and imagine I'm in a place where I can take a deep breath and think, I'm accepted, I'm loved by somebody, I am appreciated. And at this point I cannot think of anybody else but my God, the one that I put my trust in. He's the only one who knows what a human has been going through in their lives, because he's the one who gave his life for all of us. He walked it all through and through. I don't know any other human being would understand at this point what it's like to live in pretty much in a jail without the bars. And if you're like a Japanese lady going through that, at least you got your family here in the same country, or you got friends to talk to. You could turn into a professional help. Whereas a foreigner will always be looked at as a foreigner, and I think I've had it, like, even with the culture, the language, the people. I'm just so sick of all of it. I need change. I want to change it all. Can you imagine living in a place you never wanted to be in to begin with? You never really wanted, you never had it even in your bravest dreams, that you end up in this place far, far away from your home country, and you won't be able to see your own relatives. I can tell you, for those 11 years, how many times I have been back home. Less than 5. Less than 5. There are Bulgarian people living in England. They go every summer back home. There are Bulgarian people living in the States. Maybe if not every other year they go back home. People like to go back to their roots, and my parents deserve to see their grandkids growing and spend time with them. And it's not only they don't speak the language, my kids, they don't speak my language, my mother's tongue. They also don't have a relationship with their grandparents and my parents. And the little time that we spend with them, my kids love it and cherish it. And then when we come home here, they talk about it. And they tell me how much they want to spend time with Grandpa in Bulgaria. And me too. Me too. It's hard. It's hard, but change is possible. And it doesn't have to be painful. It can be for the better, for everybody's better. I believe that changes are good. I want to believe there is goodness ahead of us, and the kids can find an environment where they can build a relationship with their Heavenly Father in safety and peace, and they can find friends who have the same interests with them. And my second son, he doesn't really thrive here well. He doesn't. And it affects our relationship, and I just get agitated by his constant tantrums. Even though he's a 4th grader now, he acts sometimes as like a little kid, and he doesn't have friends at school. Not really. Like when his birthday is coming in 2 weeks from now, and we usually invite classmates from school, but he doesn't want to invite any classmates to his birthday. And most of them are girls in his class, and the boys that are there, one is this jerk that I cannot stand, an absolute gossiper, and creating problems, little whistle. He created a lot of problems recently to the relationship between my oldest son and his classmates and friends, and he was in the bottom of that, and I don't want to see that kid. There are other that are mental, and then there's one that is really shy. I don't know, but no, he doesn't really want to have classmates over to his party, and I'm glad that he has so many brothers and sisters, siblings to celebrate with. But I invited, family from church to come. They have little kids that are the twins' age and one older kid. But yeah, it's been a constant struggle. It's like I live to basically to make sure that my kids are okay and their needs are met, and that the house is in order in a way that, I still have like a mountain of laundry there that I should be doing right now. This one, and this one. I should be doing it, but I should be baking apple pies right now. I should be getting the futons inside, getting ready to help myself before it hits 5 o'clock to start selling cheesecakes and apple pies, but I don't feel like it. I don't feel like any of it. It's just so sad. It's so sad where you hope to go years from the day you marry and where you actually are. It's just really sad.